Hey, and we're joined this morning, Stuart London.
Cam, good morning. How are you?
Amador County's favorite handyman right here in the studio. He said he was bringing in some hose this morning, and I was like, oh, okay.
We're not starting with the hose, Cam. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to talk about springtime repairs, safety, things we can be looking at around the house. A couple days ago, I was up country, stepped on a lady's deck, making a service call, and the boards were soggy, so I actually stepped on them, and there's just an example of some kind of a damage. This actually is part of a damaged board that was removed. But we can replace deck boards most of the time when we evaluate a deck. For a lot of times we can just get away with replacing a couple of loose members, damaged members, and add a little support under the bottom. However, a lot of times there's a lot of structural damage underneath. You were just talking about,
right.
Infestations with ants and stuff. But we can do either just minor repairs, and we can also do major things. And that one's down. Okay. You're probably wondering why I bought batteries. We're talking about home repairs and safety and maintenance, but you already know the answer to that.
Right.
Smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, okay? Both of these are really important. If you haven't changed your batteries, please change them. The time's already changed. You should do this twice a year. Beyond that, if you've got one that's been hanging from the ceiling or been sitting on the kitchen counter because it went off or it's been beeping for 3 years, call somebody, let's get the batteries changed, or let's get a new unit in there. They're not expensive. They're really wonderful lifesavers.
Right.
Now, with the warm weather, we've got irrigation issues. I can't tell you how many homes I show up at, and the hose looks like that. Matter of fact, I've been to your house, and the hose looks like that.
That's how my hose look, huh?
Okay, so I wanted to talk again about safety, because we do have a big community of seniors here. But even for us, we can trip and go down hard, okay? So this is a very inexpensive hose mount unit, and it even has a compartment for your tools, which is kind of nice. So that can be mounted on the wall. It mounts with just a couple screws, and it holds up, and then you coil the hose up to avoid this kind of a mess. Okay, probably 12 bucks. Okay, you want to invest in something a little bit more expensive that works a whole lot easier. You've got the handle there, you can crank it, and you hook your hose up to that, and then it's a lot more easy for you to get that hose back in after you've done your irrigation. The next thing I see a lot of is people are having drippy hoses, hose bibs. I should watch it with Cam. So normally I like to just replace these, put brand new units on. However, if you don't have the time or money, you can go to Jackson True Value, to Lowe's, to any of our local hardware stores. You can buy a small cap. You can screw that on, snug it up, and that's going to save water. It's going to save you money, and it's going to save our county's limited precious resources. The other thing, you've got a hose with bad kinks in it, or
just a split, right?
A split. So this would correct a split. You'd take a razor knife, and this is a homeowner simple repair. You cut that. Takes you about 5-10 minutes to replace that. That would be the hose end that goes onto the hose bib, and this would be a male end, and all these big tags are in the way. Another thing, again, we're talking water conservation. You've got irrigating coming on now. You may have some hoses that are not in a trip hazard area or a garden area that needs maintenance, or you're going away for a week or a weekend. You can purchase these units and set up sprinklers. They've got timers. They work on a battery. They're very reliable, very effective. This particular one has 2 stations. There's even some that'll operate 4, 5, 6 stations. So you can take care of a garden or a flower bed or something while you're gone. Perfect. You're out there, you're washing the car. Instead of just having the hose and the water's running,
the old thumb.
The thumb. You know what? You can buy a cheap one of these for $3-4 bucks. These are a little bit more expensive, but you buy the better quality ones. They tend to last longer. And the thing people always do, they throw it down, bend over, set it down, or let it go down with the hose so that you don't break it. Because let's face it, most everything has plastic parts in it. And then we'll talk about the wand here in a second. This is actually, it looks like it's a hose bib. It's actually for a washer or dryer repair. So you want to, at the same time of year, we're talking about water conservation, pull that dryer out and the washer, look at the hoses, okay? The hoses, if they have any bellies or bows in them, if there's any seepage around or rust around them, you want to replace those. And new hoses with a lifetime warranty are about 30, 40 bucks for a set. Very inexpensive repair that we could replace inside your home, or we can put in a whole brand new box.
Perfect.
Lastly, with the irrigation flower beds and stuff, these wands are very fun to use. They're easy. That one is very adjustable, and you can get a lot of water out with very gentle, or a shower for a friend.
An outdoor shower,
An outdoor
Stuart.
shower. How
How
exciting.
exciting. You know what? All of this stuff is so vital, especially the hose thing. I'm telling you, when you've got a kink in your hose, you got problems there, kid.
Right. I'm
And
telling you what.
and I have one with the compartment. When you're done with that nozzle, stick it in there.
And then it's there when you need it. And there's room for you to put a couple other little things in there,
You
which is
betcha.
really nice.
You betcha. Parts
Yeah,
or whatever.
We're going to talk about the Clean It and Green It event coming
Yes.
to Dietert Park.
Yes, and Nedra and Julio are going to be at the Pine Grove Schoolhouse Friday, April the 12th from 7 to 10 and for $5. And then Sunday, the 14th from 4 to 6 at the Union Inn.
Sounds good.
So they're going to be doing, and green it and clean it is very, very important. And I know you do a lot of stuff like that for people.
Yeah,
And-
and we are a green contractor. We recycle
Right.
as much of the used materials as we possibly can.
Clean It and Green It's going to be on April 20th, 4/20, for those of you that don't know, 9 a.m. to noon at Dietert Park. Win cash prizes and for collecting the most litter.
Wow,
That sounds like fun.
yeah. Well,
I
I'll
think
tell
April
you.
20th is a good day to have the Green It event, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so. Thinking that works out well.
Well, if you need anything done, here's your man. 296-3613.
Stuart London, voted best plumber in Amador County.
Congratulations,
Thank
Stan,
you,
and,
thank
and
you.
very well deserved.
Thank you. And why is that? We're not just a handyman. I'm a licensed contractor, a licensed plumber. We call back and we show up.
And you do. You show up. Yes.
It's kind of hard to find here in Amador County.
Yes, I'll see you on Tuesday, but they never tell you the month or the year.
That makes it difficult. And you know,
Yes.
we're out of time.
30 seconds.
296-3613.
I tell people all the time, I say, you know, I'll call you back, I'll show up, and if I'm running late or if I've got an emergency, I'm going to call you. You'll know what's going on, and you'll know why I'm being delayed.
All right.
Whether you're retired or a worker, it's irrelevant. Your time is precious.
Right.
We all have a finite amount.
Great. Stuart, thanks for coming in and giving us
Thank you, Stuart.
the lowdown on the hose and the drips and everything else. And we're going to run to an ad break, and we'll be
The
right back.
wands. Yeah.
You're watching Amador County.